What's up? This is the 33rd dividend income report video where I go over what stocks can pay me dividends, my best and worst performers, and what stocks I've been buying. And this is the November update where I'm just going to go over my dividend payments in November. But first, I want to start off with how my portfolio performed in November. So November was obviously the election month and Donald Trump won, and that boosted the S&P 500 a lot because the market wanted that. So the S&P 500 had about a 5.87% return, and I underperformed that a little bit at about a 3.63% return. Dow Jones did even better at a positive 7.74% return, and the NASDAQ did about 6.21%. I do think the S&P 500 was better suited for the Donald Trump victory than my portfolio was, so I do think that's why I got outperformed. But we still had a good month nonetheless. And we'll go into the best and worst stocks so you can see how each one did. Here are my three best performers. The first one was JP Morgan at a positive 11% return, and Visa also came in right above that at a positive 11.21% return. And my overall best performer was Altria Group at a 14.72% return. My three worst performers weren't too bad until the last one. First, Johnson & Johnson at a negative 3.25% return, and my second worst was Realty Income at a negative 4.5% return. But the elephant in the room is obviously Regeneron. Again, I've literally said this the past 3 months. It's been the same reasons why Regeneron stock keeps going down. Obviously, they've had a pretty massive drop since I first started buying it in, but we've kept dollar cost averaging. My average buying price is in the 900s now, so that's fine. I'm not going to have a whole spiel about that again because I've done it in the last few videos, so just go to the last months if you want to hear all my thoughts on that. A good segue would just be going into what stocks I bought this month, and it's literally the exact same as last month. I just bought $200 of Regeneron. Same deal. As you can see here, my average buying price has been going down, and you can see all my individual buys over the past 3 months. And my last transaction was at the beginning of November. And here are my positions in the Roth IRA and the Charles Schwab Dividend. We'll just look at Charles Schwab Dividend. I have about 1 share, and current value is $764. Cost per share is about $1,000. Put about $1,000 into this, and we're down about $260 because I've just been buying the dip every time. But we're going to keep doing that, and I think this is going to pay off in the long run. So that is what my worst stock in November is looking like. So with that over, let's go over to the dividend payments, and this has been a low month. November is just the lowest month in my dividend cycle. My first dividend payment was $1.12 from Lowe's. Then I got 3 dividend payments on the 15th. I got $1.73 from Main Street Capital, $3.83 from Realty Income, and $1.16 from Procter & Gamble. And then my last dividend payment was $3.53 from Starbucks. So for the month, I had about $11.37. We look at my overall stats. My new monthly average dividends are $22.06, and my new 12-month total, if I were to not put any more money into the portfolio, is $262.74, and that was like a couple cent increase from last month, and that's because Regeneron does not pay dividend, so I didn't really buy any new dividend stocks except the reinvested ones. We're focusing a little bit more on growth now, so we're not going to see as big dividend increases every month unless I'm buying dividend stocks. And I want to talk a little bit about my plan. Obviously, I haven't posted too many videos the past couple months, but that will change in late December and January. I'm going to start posting more again. I'm going to start talking about my new plan to kind of focus a little bit more on growth and dividend growth and try to shape my portfolio up in the beginning of Trump's term when he gets put in office in January. I'm going to try to shape up my portfolio to be a little bit more suited for how I think, or what stocks I think will do good with his policies. So we'll figure that out in the first quarter of 2025 because that is not a simple thing to just come up with. I'm going to try to put a lot of effort into that, and we're going to try to focus more on growth overall because I have gotten outperformed by the S&P 500 recently. I don't think I'm going to end up beating it this year, as in 2024. So I also want to try to change that in the future. But before I end the video, I want to go over what dividend stocks will be paying me in December, because it will be my highest month of dividends ever, and that is going to be a great dividend income video. So let's look at what's going to pay me next month. First, I'm going to get a payment from Visa, then Chevron, then Johnson & Johnson, SCHD on the 11th, Microsoft on the 12th, and on the 13th, my monthly dividend payers, Main Street Capital and Realty Income. Then on the 24th, I'm going to get a payment from Texas Roadhouse. And on the 27th, it looks like I'm going to get a special dividend payment from Main Street Capital, even more than the original dividend payment. So it's going to be a good month. Right now, Snowball Analytics is predicting $36. So I think that's going to be pretty accurate. So it's going to be a good month for dividends. That will finish off the year. We'll see what my total is for the year, because right after my December video, I'll make a 2024 recap video. So that'll be great to see. A lot to look forward to. Thank you all for watching. Peace.